Oh, what happens if I run out of room? Do I just not get to put anything there anymore? Okay, well, we'll see how it goes. Hello, I am Jessie the Sleepy Koala, and firstly, welcome to the holidays. It is finally December, my favorite time of the year. I adore Christmas. I love it so very much, and I am very excited to finally be having a Northern Hemisphere Christmas this year. It's not gonna snow. I know it's not gonna snow, but what if it snows? There is a higher likelihood that I will see snow this Christmas time than I ever saw in the Southern Hemisphere, where it is summer. I guess like that's why I wouldn't see snow at Christmas time, because it's summer. But also, it rarely snows in any of the places that I lived in the Southern Hemisphere. But maybe this year. Maybe this year. But with the seasonal cheer comes the end of the year as well, and a lot of different types of wrap-up videos that I can bring you. So without further ado, I wish you all a very merry Bookmas, which I will be participating in this year. Bookmas is a December challenge, very similar to Vlogmas, which is done by lifestyle bloggers, where you put out a video every single day of December leading up to Christmas time. I am not that ambitious whatsoever and still think I'm going way over the top, but I'm going to do the 12 days of Christmas instead, and I'm already slightly questioning my sanity to try and do 12 days of videos in a row when doing 2 a week it's kind of my limit at the moment. But yeah, you know what? Let's do 2 weeks. Let's just do 2 weeks flat. I'm sure nothing will ever go wrong with this whatsoever. I would like to give a shout out and thank you to Haley from Haley in Bookland, who is the person that I got this idea from and who has been quite the inspiration for me to set up my Bookmas videos and what I want to do and how to structure it. I've never done this before. This is my first Christmas on YouTube completely. She's been doing this for 6 years now, I think. I think this is her 6th year doing it. So she has a lot more experience and her videos are wonderful and I highly recommend that you check them out. She's got some original videos in there as well. I'll be doing one of her tag videos, which I thought sounded super fun. So again, big thank you, big shout out to Haley from Haley in Bookland, because without seeing her videos, I wouldn't be doing this at all. Some more news, more updates that I have. I am also participating in a Christmas challenge because I don't have enough to torture myself with this month already, apparently. I will be doing the Hemisphere challenge, which I learnt about from a book fiend named Mel, who is also one of the co-hosts this year. This is a challenge that looks at both the Northern and Southern Hemisphere Christmases and mixes together prompts that are related to both of them. So you will have things for the wintry and wonderful, and you have things for the warm, sunny days. It sounds very fun. It doesn't sound like it's going to be too strenuous. I'm not specifically trying to match booktube categories. I'm just gonna see how I go at the end to see what I read and how it fit into things. Because on top of Bookmas, I think trying to read specific things for specific categories is A, gonna make me explode, and B, is not something that I tend to try and do because it will make me want to read less, I think, if I try and force myself to read specific things. So instead, I am just going to tally it up at the end, see what I was able to accidentally make fit. I love the idea so much, and I am looking forward to see who wins, the Northern or Southern Hemispheres. I am very conflicted because, of course, I now live in the Northern Hemisphere, so I'm on that team. But my heart is with the South. It is really with those hot summery days. With the announcements done and out of the way and the Christmas cheer brought to the channel, I begin my first Bookmas video. And today, I will be tier ranking every book I read in 2021. Which is not that many books compared to other people, but I think I didn't do too badly. This is only my second attempt to do a tier ranking ever, so I hope I won't screw it up and won't have to redo this a bunch of times, because that sounds like a lot of extra tedious work, and I wish for no tedious extra work when doing 12 days of videos in a row. let's get into it. Okay, so I have no idea what order these have been put in by the tier ranking system when I uploaded the covers. They do not seem to be alphabetical. They're definitely not in the order I read them because they weren't labeled like that at all in my folder. So let's just get a random selection, which anything, that's kind of nicer. I kind of like the random selection idea a little bit more than going to like A to Z. Just spruce it up a little bit. But my 6 categories are Claw It From My Dead Fingers, True Love, Pretty Good, a bit meh, not for me, made me rage. There's gonna be a few in there. But these are the 6 categories that I will be sorting all of my books from 2021 into. First up, White Smoke. Well, this is definitely a made me rage. We're going straight into the made me rage category with White Smoke. I was very angry finishing that book for reasons. I did not like it in the end. The whole book was taken down a notch. Next up, A Winter's Promise. Ooh. I'd probably say True Love. It wasn't so incredible that it will have a hold of my heart forever and ever, but I would say it was better than Pretty Good, so let's go with True Love. The Alloy of Law. Oh, again, I think it's True Love. Like, it's a good book. It's a real good book. Neil Gaiman, American Gods. Okay, this is not for me. I just couldn't get behind it. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It wasn't the book for me. An Absolutely Remarkable Thing. Oh no, I feel like so much is just gonna go into this one category. No, actually, I think this was just pretty good. Like, it was a good book. I enjoyed it, but I don't actually think I'd put it on the same level as, like, Alloy and Winter's Promise. Frederick Bachman, Anxious People. Again, not for me. I did not like this book. I couldn't get behind it at all. Aurora Rising, I'm just gonna say a bit meh. I didn't finish this book. I have no desire to pick it back up again. But it didn't make me rage, so. Caravel, something I finished very recently. I think this is going to be a Claw From My Dead Fingers, I think. Haven't finished the series yet. I think I need to finish it, but if it continues on in the level that it is, it's going to be a Claw From My Dead Fingers. Chain of Gold, okay, let's keep going. I'm just going to put them both up here at once. Chain of Gold, Chain of Iron. First 2 books in the Lost Hours trilogy, they're both Claw From My Dead Fingers. Cassandra Clare is just always going to end up there for me. I don't think she's written a book that I don't like. There's definitely books that aren't as good, but I don't think she's honestly written a book that I didn't like or didn't think was, like, pretty damn good in some way or another. Showbits! Let's go with True Love for this. I don't think that I'm that in love with it, but it is still a very good story. Circe, another not for me. I couldn't get behind Circe. I had trouble following it, so I stopped reading. Crooked Kingdom. It's gonna be pretty good, but it was still a bit disappointing as well. I thought it would be better, but it wasn't. Oh no, Cytonic. Cytonic made me rage. It made me rage hard. You should check out my Cytonic video if you want to hear my thoughts on Cytonic. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, another not for me. I didn't actually finish this book. It was just something that I couldn't get through, and there are a lot of trigger warnings to this book that I hit that trigger and I was like, no, I'm done. I'm done with it. I can't keep going with this. Dread Nation, I'm gonna go with pretty good. I didn't actually get very far through it before I had to give it back to the library, so I can't say whether it would be pretty good or True Love, really, but it wasn't True Love by the point that I stopped reading, so I'm gonna say it's pretty good. Everyone in this room will die, someday be dead. I always say this wrong. Everyone in this room will someday be dead. This book was pretty good. The ending was a little bit meh for me because I don't like how it fully ended. The mental health representation in this is so intense. Like, I like reading things where people feel their mental health and deal with the emotional side of it. But good God, was this a lot? This was a lot to go through. 5 Dark Fates. So I think this is the Made Me Rage one. Honestly, the names of these books are so confusing, and I don't actually quite know if I put the right one here, but if this is the last book, it made me rage. The Guinevere Deception? That was pretty good. It was definitely a surprise find, but it was pretty good, I will say. King of Scars. Oh, this one's gonna go True Love? No, this one's gonna go Clara for My Dead Fingers. I really liked King of Scars. I thought it was a fantastic opener to the duology and a really great setup for the book beforehand. Lore. Oh boy, do I have some rants about Lore. I loved it. I loved it so much. And then a thing happened, and it crashed and burned so hard. Mistborn. Oh, Mistborn. Clara for My Dead Fingers. I just finished it, and it's so good. Nevernight's another one that made me rage. I thought there was a lot of things in this book that I did not think were great. And I was really bored. And I know that a lot of people really love this book, and I just couldn't get behind it. I just couldn't get through the stuff in this book. The twist was really good. I will say the twist was really good. One Dark Throne. I think this was the one that I really liked, so I'm going to put it into Claw from My Dead Fingers, because that book was so good. Oh my gosh, I'm assuming this is the second book in the series, or at least I think it's the second book in the series. I might be wrong. But if it is the second, this was the best one out of the entire quadrilogy. It was so good. Oh, Orphea. Orphea was True Love. I thought it was brilliant, but it's not quite Claw It From My Dead Fingers. This book was really nice. Okay, Overrage. Oh, where did that go? No, not there. Up here. Overrage and Tides. Claw From My Dead Fingers. This book I was not expecting to be so good. It was amazing. It was so much fun. Persephone's Station. I'm gonna go a bit meh. I was liking this book, and then I got a bit bored. But that might be because I have trouble paying attention to audiobooks, so I just kind of miss too much to keep hold of the plot. But then the plot seemed a bit basic afterwards when I was looking back on it. So I'm going to go with a bit meh. Putin, Prisoner of Power. This book was great. I like that book. True Love it is. Redawn. I'm going to say this book was True Love. It wasn't quite Claw It From My Dead Fingers, but I did really like this book. Rule of Wolves. I'm going to go True Love. This book was like Crooked Kingdom, where it just wasn't as good as the first one. But I do think I had less problems with Rule of Wolves than I did with Crooked Kingdom. So that one's going to go True Love. Oh, The Sandman. The Sandman was not for me. Oh no. I have very much learnt this year that I do not like body horror. Not my type of jam. So I very quickly gave up on The Sandman once it started getting into that body horror. Shadows of Self. True Love it is. This book was very good. It's like with Alloy, where I don't love it so much that it would give me a book hangover by itself or anything, so I don't think you have to Claw It From My Dead Fingers. But it is damn good. Six of Crows, up it goes. Oh no, I put it in the wrong thing again. Up it goes. Claw It From My Dead Fingers, started a YouTube channel, it's gotta go up there. Starsight was, let's go with... It was a bit meh. I don't like the direction Brandon has gone with this entire series after the first book, and the ending was a letdown, so it's going to be a bit meh for me. Sunreach, though. Sunreach is going to go up here. Same thing as Redawn. It's a very good book. I do very much like the novellas. I think I am much more invested in those than I am in the main storyline, let's just say. Oh, Tell Me Lies. That was a ragey book. I also have a video where I rage about Tell Me Lies, so feel free to check that one out, because that was quite a rant. Doesn't do mental health well. Doesn't do mental health well. Bands of Warning up here as well. Another Sanderson book that, again, is actually no, this one's gonna be pretty good, because I did get a bit bored when I reread it. I had problems getting through the first half and was slightly worried that I'd just get to the point that I'd want to put it down. But then the book picked up. So actually, that one's going to go as pretty good, not True Love. The Girl in Times Square, that was very good. I was not expecting that to be as good as it is. Oh no, I'm running out of room. The Memory Thief. I did not like The Memory Thief. I thought it was a not great book. And it had so much potential, and like all the comments I read were like, this has so much potential, and it just squandered it. Oh, the original. This made me rage. I really didn't like the original. The original and Cytonic, the two Brandon Sanderson books that I hate so much. I did not like either of them for different reasons, but I don't think I've actually ranted about the original on this channel. I do think I ranted about the original on a shard cast. It might have been Cosmere Beefs. Yeah, Cosmere Beefs 2, I think? One of them. I have ranted about it online somewhere. The Sea in the Sky. This is another one I haven't talked about, but it's also another one that made me rage just because I thought the ending was really dumb. And I don't like open endings, like really don't like open endings, and they can ruin a book for me. And I already kind of had problems with this already, and then I had giant open ending. I was like, no, you're dead to me. This Poison Heart was a bit meh. I didn't dislike it. I just wasn't in the mood for it. It read younger than I was expecting it to, and it just wasn't gripping me. I wasn't being compelled to keep reading it, so I stopped. Three Dark Crowns. Okay, so this is the first book in the series. Do you see what I mean about the titles? Like, the first one is Three Dark Crowns, and the second one is One Dark Throne, and the fourth one is Five Dark Fates, and then the third one that's still coming up is Two Dark Reigns. Like, they make no sense, and they do when you know the in-world reasons. The in-world, because then you understand the names, but as names, they are so confusing. Anyway, this one was pretty good. I think I would love it much more on a reread. Twilight was pretty good. Twilight was fun. I wanted to read a vampire romance novel, and I got a vampire romance novel. It achieved what it set out to do. I thought it was fun. Two Dark Reigns. This one was also really good, but I'm gonna go with up here. Oh, what happens if I run out of room? Do I just not get to put anything there anymore? Okay, well, we'll see how it goes. Two Dark Reigns was also very good. It wasn't as good as One Dark Throne, but it wasn't that far behind. Uzumaki is another one that wasn't for me. I, again, don't like body horror. Just don't like it. But I also couldn't really connect with the story or the characters. What if elephants? Let's see what happens if... Oh, okay. It just creates another row. Interesting. Okay, so I can keep putting things as my true love. That's really good to know. What If Elephants was another one that was better than I was expecting it to be. It was very sweet. I really liked it. The Well of Ascension. So I've only just started reading this, but I'm going to put it as pretty good because I have my memories of it, and most of the book could be described as fine, and the ending is fantastic. So I think this can't quite be a true love if I spend most of the book going, well, this is fine. So it has to be pretty good. For some reason, I have White Smoke here twice, so let's ignore that. And then last one is a Made Me Rage. Zero Day Code is a gross, not pleasant book to read. It's like if you had a teenager in their most grossest level of development where they find all of the butt jokes and the dick jokes really funny and and just demeans women and stuff like that as well. So really didn't like Zero Day Code. It is one of the worst books I read this year. So that is the final product. These are all the books I read this year, ranked on, I guess, how much I like them, but I did want to throw in some different categories instead of like a 1 star. It's like, no, these books, they weren't a 1 star. They made me angry. They actually made me rage to somebody, generally my husband, about this book. So to me, I think that can be separate to something that you just think is a 1 star book. And also the not for me category, I think, makes a big difference because that's not really a star at all. That's just like, look, I didn't like this book, but I'm not going to say it's bad. It's just not for me. But that is the final list that is everything that I have to put on there. I don't know why I had white smoke in there twice, but oh well. Kind of funny that the first one was at the beginning and the second one was near the end. I guess these might have actually been in alphabetical order. Maybe I just didn't name one of the white smokes properly, so it was at the top of the list, and that's why I didn't think they were alphabetical, because white smoke was literally first. Well, thank you for joining me, everyone. That was a lot of fun. I've only just started doing tier lists, but good God, do I really enjoy doing them. And I have at least one more that's going to come up during Bookmas. Happy Bookmas, everybody. I will be with you for the next 12 days leading up to Christmas Day, where I will have my last video, and I am still not sure if I'm going to do videos between Christmas Day and New Year's Day. It depends on whether I can pre-film things before I go away, because I don't really want to do video recording and editing while I am away with family. So I might end up taking a break between Christmas Day and New Year's after I get back, or I might have videos then. I don't know. It's gonna be a surprise because I have very few ways to communicate what I am doing outside of videos. I mean, you can follow me on Twitter if you like. I have the occasional tweet. Or you can follow me on Instagram, but I really don't use Instagram very much, except to like post pictures of my cats. So you get to see lots of cats if you go to my Instagram, which I guess that is a bonus. Lots of cats are really good, and my cats are very cute. But anyway, we will see of whether I do videos later in this month or not. And if they're there, they're there. If they're not, basically. That's where I'm going with this. When I come back in January, I will go through the Hemisphere challenge as well and see how I did with that after I have finished off reading things in December. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow for another Bookmas video. Bye!